The security cooperation posture of the United States and Saudi Arabia is the result of legacy agreements that we've had with the Saudis for a very long time. They made sense at the time, but they don't make much sense today. They haven't evolved with the type of threats that we're facing in the region, the kind of transition that we are ourselves undertaking across the world, and with the new global priorities that we have. And so now that there's a greater emphasis on helping the Saudis develop their capabilities, we need to start getting a lot more serious about what that really requires on our part. The issue is topical now because I believe, and I could be wrong, that we are at a pivotal moment in our relationship with Saudi Arabia. We have to get this right because Saudi Arabia is starting to more credibly shift its attention towards China, our biggest competitor on the global stage. And in many ways, the vehicle to fix the relationship with Saudi Arabia is through security cooperation. It is in the U.S. interest to help the Saudis become more capable, because then we would be contributing to the mission of deterring threats against Saudi Arabia and fighting on Saudi Arabia's behalf. Those contributions would frankly diminish. So essentially what we're trying to get at is a situation where that burden of providing for security is shared with the Saudis. We're trying to transition from a model of what we used to call guardianship to actual partnership. And that's why a more capable Saudi Arabia, a Saudi Arabia that is more willing to contribute to regional security, is much more beneficial for U.S. interests. Some of the handicaps that we've created very much unnecessarily ourselves are the diplomatic presence that we have in the kingdom so far. Let me just tell you that we don't have an ambassador. We haven't had an ambassador for some time now. So having a country chief of mission to coordinate on issues of security cooperation, not just within the U.S. interagency process, but also with the Saudis, is obviously quite critical. Then we have a very disjointed, or another word, unintegrated security cooperation posture in the kingdom that certainly has to be integrated. There's just multiple parts that simply do not speak to each other. There's no intersection among them. And you can imagine that has led to a lot of disorganization, a lot of lack of coordination amongst them. And as they provide that kind of assistance to the Saudis need so desperately, you can imagine that the quality of that advice diminishes because of our disorganization on Saudi soil.